Hello. So right now, I briefly want to talk about how they should not survive off of you. And I'm talking about people who are originals. People who suspect that they're one of the originals that they know they are from outside of this whole construct. And they're starting to see certain things about who they really are and where they really are. And they start to see that they probably was tricked into something that sounded good. I'm starting to feel like the people were tricked into believing they were going to do something great. And next thing you know, they were put in a prison. But a mental prison, but a prison. Okay? And they kept falling deeper and deeper and deeper. Everybody's not an original, like I said in so many other previous uploads. A lot of people are counterfeits. A lot of people were not created until the holographic world was created. A lot of people, and that includes brown skinned people too. A lot of people were not created until the virtual reality, was created. I want to say this real quick. It's kind of off topic, but I want to say this. Some people actually come from, somebody was making a comment about some rock group, and it was something that happened. I don't know if it was a bomb that happened or what happened. It was a shooting that happened. I think it might have been a shooting. Something happened at some rock concert. There was a person who I guess was a Christian. I'm not really sure. Or was it not maybe a Christian but called himself a believer if they don't use that word. And talked about the rock group and talked about how they worship Satan and stuff and they need to stop worshiping Satan. I want to say this because I don't care about I don't care about those kind of beliefs. I can care less about that. What I'm saying, I'm about to say is, this is where those people come from. I saw a flyer when I was in this particular restaurant, and it's with this particular rock group. I forget the name of it. It's well known, but I just forget the name of it. And it was a concert called Welcome to Hell. Oh, Experience Hell. Okay. Why would they say that? They're not just worshiping Satan, it's where they come from. People don't understand. A lot of us are the ones that fell into this frequency right here. And this is where they come from. This is where they come from. They don't come from anything higher. This is where they come from. So they're not bad for whatever they worship, and they're not bad for it. We are the ones that's the bad. We fell into this. Okay? We're the ones that came into this. This is where they from. But they're not real. But still, this is because this is our illusion. We're like sleeping in. I think here's the thing. If they could survive without some of the originals, there would be no need to trap them. There wouldn't be no need to hold them in a prison if this whole thing could survive without them. That's the way I see it. Now here's where I'm going though. If you suspect you're one of the originals and motherfuckers always trying to feed off of you, always need something, or even if you don't have people that's always somebody taking something from you in some kind of way. And then, when you need something, it's hard to get help when you need it. And quite frankly, you should be treated like royalty. That's just the way I see it too. Quite frankly, you should just be treated like royalty. They should be bowing down to you. The counterfeits can't exist without you if you're one of the originals. They cannot exist. They're existing off of you. They're living off of you. They are using your energy. Okay? This whole thing is existing off of the few. This whole thing is existing off of that. Okay? And here's where I'm at with that. There should be nobody living better than the original. There should be nobody living better than the original or originals. You shouldn't have a hard time getting help, small, even minor help, when you need it. You should not have a hard time getting minor help when you need it. Okay? You should not, because this whole thing survives off of you. This whole thing is run because of you. Okay, you're one of the people to keep it going. And if you're one of the people that find yourself, especially when you suspect that you're one of them, and you can't get the smallest help that you need but motherfucker survive because of you, you might want to consider shutting everything down, shut the TV down, shut down social media, shut down everything to kill your ego. Okay, all this stuff, all this television, all this stuff that's going on that you keep doing in the world, working is enough. Okay, having responsibilities, that's enough as it is. And watching a lot of stuff on YouTube, TV, and all that stuff, that's just adding to the ego. That's adding more and more programming, keeping you more sucked into this world that does not care about you, but you're the one that keeps it going, but it doesn't even care about you, and then the only reason they live is because of you, and they treat you like shit. Okay? I would say the originals that are hearing this need to shut all of it down, and then just shut down the matrix, disconnect from the matrix. Just kill the ego, get back to who you are, and shut the whole thing down. Motherfuckers don't need to survive off of you. You don't need to be struggling. You shouldn't be working no job. They live because of you. They live because of you. People are breathing because of you. You should not be working. I should not be working. Okay? I get that they might not know that, but that's their problem. I don't care. It's not for them to, it's not to even tell them, because they'll think you're crazy anyway. Okay? But that's all I gotta say. I'm about to go. I just want to say that real briefly. No, if you feel like the smallest little thing you need that really wouldn't hurt, wouldn't really cause too much of an inconvenience at all, really, and you can't even get that, but you're being inconvenienced by kind of being stuck in here, and you keep the stuff going because you're one of the originals that came from outside, and they want to keep you here because they can't run this whole construct without the ones that they wanted to trap in. They can't run it. So some people say, well, I don't feel like I'm trapped. Well, you ain't one of the originals. Of course you won't feel that way because you're not one of them. Just because you're brown does not mean you're original. Some brown people actually come from where that rock band comes from. Okay? Some brown people actually do come from that. Everybody that's brown skin don't come from the same place. Okay? Some brown skinned people was created inside this whole thing. Okay, so of course some of them will say they don't feel like they're trapped because they're not. Okay, they're not. They're counterfeits. They're not real souls. So who are they using? That means they're using the few originals and using whatever they have to keep this whole thing going, because you can't just keep something like this construct going without something that's really real, okay? Without something that's organic. You can't keep this type of stuff going without something that's organic. The fact that it keeps going, that means the organic people ain't getting out of it yet. They still stuck into the desires. They still stuck into the ego. The ego still possessing their mind with, oh, I got to take care of X, Y, and Z. But you keep it going. People should be bowing down to you. You keep it going. That's just how I feel. So it's not going to work. It's not going to work. Okay? But I just felt like talking about that, and that's it.